Alright, welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about how much weight you need to buy. Maybe if you've got a gym and you want to extend a program, or you're setting up a gym for the first time, or you want to set up a home gym at home in your garage. So there's a couple of different scenarios we'll talk about. But the question is, how much do you need to buy? And of course it can be very difficult to work out how much weight you need to buy when you're setting up for your business or your garage. And the budget plays a big part in it, and you don't want to have too little weight. And also, you don't want to have a heap of weight sitting in the corner that you never use. That's just wasted money. So let's look at some of the best ways to get set up and to find out how much weight you actually need. So if you're looking to set up a gym or a business for the first time, there's a couple of questions that are a good place to start. And the first thing is to make an estimate of how many people you think you're likely to be training when you open the doors. So the second thing, you'll also need to take into account the experience of the majority of those clients. So one scenario is if you're a PT who has a good client base, you're likely to have more experienced clients who are going to be a bit stronger. So you're going to need a bit more weight per client. But if you're setting up a gym for the first time in a new area that says doesn't really have a big fitness background, chances are you're going to be training mostly beginners, and you won't need as much weight to get you started. Third scenario is, of course, if you're setting up a weightlifting gym or a strength and conditioning facility, you're obviously going to have some, pretty strong guys and girls in there lifting. So again, you're going to need more weight to start out. And lastly, if you're looking to set up in your garage, you probably already know a lot of your PBs. So getting an extra, say, 10 to 15 kilos, a couple of pairs of 10 to 15 kilo plates is probably a good idea on top of your PB. That'll give you something that'll challenge you and keep you moving forward as you're training at home. Alright, so how do we work out the amount of weight we need? Well, as stated previously, the weight you're going to buy will depend on a couple of things. How many people are you going to have training in the gym, and how strong how strong are they? So a good average starting point for a normal gym getting set up is about 100 kilos per client. So this will cover you in most workouts and lifting sessions, except maybe a heavy deadlift workout. But the way it works is most likely you'll have a few guys that say are lifting in between 150 and 200 kilos on their deadlift, maybe more. But if you've got a good mix of men and women in the gym, you're likely to have some women that are lifting in between, say, 35 and 60 kilos on a deadlift. So what you're going to do is you're going to spread that 100 kilos per client on average throughout the group. And so obviously the guys lifting more will use more of the weight, which the girls that are lifting, a bit lighter aren't going to need. So really 100 kilos gives you that nice sort of common ground that you can spread out between the class. So for a business, it's an easy formula really. 100 kilos per client, I'm going to have, in my largest class, I'm going to have 5 clients training. So I need 500 kilos of weight to start. So 100 kilos per client, I'm going to have 10 clients. I live in a city, a bigger area. There's lots of traffic that are going to be coming through the gym. 100 kilos per client, 10 clients, I need 1,000 kilos of weight to start. And in that PT scenario we spoke about earlier, if your clients are a bit stronger, they're coming in with a bit more experience, you can bump that up to 110 to 120 kilos per client. Just multiply that by the number of clients, and that's the amount of weight you'll need. And again, if you're training at home, you'll know how much you need, but on average we found about 140 to 150 kilos would suit most people. What generally tends to happen is people start training at home, and then they'll invite a friend or a family member will start training with them. And obviously you're not always going to be lifting 150 at home unless you're a pretty advanced athlete. But what that does, it gives you the opportunity to train with other people and keep you motivated. So 140 to 150 is a good measure. So to make it easier for you, what we've done on our website here is we've set up packages that you can buy. And you can get to them a couple of different ways. Under the strength tab, you can go to bumper plates. And under barbell club, you can go to barbell and bumper packages or bumper plates. And if we look at the most common setups that we have, so here's our virgin rubber plates on our website. I've already put the tab up for you. If I drop this down, you see you've already got packages set up. So 70, there's a 100 kilo set, 150, 210, 400. So when you work out how much weight you need, you can click one of those, put it in your cart, and buy it quite easily. And if you need to see what's actually in the package, if we go to the description here, you can see here what the packages actually include. So that's a great way to figure out how much weight you need and what you're actually getting for your money. Of course, we can always do custom packages for you too if you think any of these won't work for you. So just shoot us an email by the by the Contact Us button just up here. So that's the Virgin rubbers. We'll click through quickly. We go to the Crumb rubber bumpers here. Of course, we've got packages again, 70, 100, 150, all the way up to 400. Go to our training plates, and if I drop this down, 90 kilo set, 130, 140. Again, we can do custom packages if you want. And then finally, if we go to clock off, 140 kilo set. So you're going to get a full set of clock off plates. In the clock off setup as well, I'll just go here quickly. If we go to barbell and bumper packages, if you're interested in the barbell and bumper packages, you can see them all here as well, and you get a barbell with that. And we go to the clock off competition full setup, so you're going to get the collars and all the fractional plates as well, if that interests you. So it's really easy. All you need to do is click on those links, choose your weight, put it in your cart, put your details through and buy it through the cart, settle up the order, and we'll ship them out to you straight away. So a real simple process to figure out how much you need and how to get it. So in closing, of course, yes, it can be daunting to figure out how much weight you need in your garage or gym, but we've been selling gear for over a decade now. We've found that these averages have worked time and time again. They sort of sit right in that pocket where you'll have the right amount of gear and not spend too much money, so that's a win-win. Ultimately, we just want to give you a bit of a helpful advice, so now you've got the ammunition you need to get shopping and get what you need. Of course, if you need anything else, like I said, you can hit that Contact Us button up the top there, and to get in touch, we can do custom packages for you or whatever you like. So all in all, guys, there's a quick run through on how to buy bumpers at the right amount of weight that you need for the type of training you're going to do for your scenario, and we hope that really helps you out to get you started. But of course, if you need anything else, get in touch, and of course, happy training.